Hello friends from across the globe. This is Charan talking to you for the first time from a new medium. Thanks a lot for your words of encouragement on my blog, which I started about a couple of years back, imaginarysidekick.blogspot.com, the link to which you can find below. The reason for starting this journal is to share the real meaning, the intentions and the message behind the poems that I write in my blog. While I write these poems, it's actually a reflection of my life's journey, the harsh truths and the difficulties that I faced and how I overcame them. So join me in this journey of self-realization and self-discovery. And hey, a word of caution. The topics that I discuss in this channel or even in my poems are gonna be a little harsh, like really dark, and some of the truths really gloomy, unlike this brilliant summer morning here in Dubai, in the JBR beach. So why chance? Chance or probability or randomness or disorder, however you may wish to call it, plays a very important role in the entire universe and even in our life itself. Chance is the result of a deep introspection upon life, its meaning or lack thereof. People tend to get emotional when they discuss about these topics because everybody is brought up with some kind of a mainstream idea by the society. So when they face these truths, or let's call the red pill moments, people tend to get emotional and angry. Even I was one of those. But as Edward de Bono says, you need to don the right hats when discussing or when pondering about different ideas to get the right results. So I urge you to don your rational and logical hat right now whenever you read my poems or generally when you watch this channel. So this poem, Chance, is an ode to that all-pervading randomness, disorder or probability which is present in the universe, and it determines and affects every aspect of our life. So here's Chance, the first stanza. People love you and hate you. When in favor, they call you serendipity. When against, they call you misfortune. They rant you are whimsical, but it is they who are hypocritical. Well, again, this stanza just is an imagery of trying to portray Chance as a being in the imaginations of people. But the kind of being that Chance is, it keeps on varying depending on the result that it is giving out. And it's a common emotional fallacy of the humans. They always want to take credit for their successes, but when it comes to failures, they always want to put the blame on some irrational thing. Ask like somebody who just won a lottery or somebody who just got that promotion. Some people, yes, they do give credit to the element of luck in their successes, and these people, they would definitely praise luck and say it's fortune and good luck, so on. And in fact, they would even claim it's a result of their good deeds that they have done in the past. Anyway, but again, when it comes to bad luck, misfortune, they would put the blame squarely on some this irrational factor, like why did it happen to me, why me? In fact, go and ask somebody. This is a common rant that I see from people, is that like somebody gets a life-threatening disease and they would go on like, oh no, why this person, he has done so many good deeds in life, he has been a good soul, but why this had to happen to him or her? Well, I know it's very, very hard to digest. It is very harsh, but chance has no emotion. It's just randomness. Just have to take it with a pinch of salt and then do everything that's possible by your hand, by yourself, by your will. But again, you do have to acknowledge the element of randomness that chance has in it. The second stanza: be it a king or a beggar, be it a saint or a murderer, you don't give a damn. You treat them fair and square, the thankless judge of the universe. Okay, well, this one is quite simple. Just flip through the pages of history and look around yourself. You will find plenty of examples for this common emotional fallacy of the humans. They always think there should be some cause to every effect, but chance or probability doesn't work that way. Sorry. So it could be a king or a beggar or a saint or a murderer. Chance just treats them fair and square. Like for example, Alexander the Great, the all-conquering empire builder, died at the age of 32. And there were many like saints, probably, I don't know, like Buddha, who attained enlightenment, and then he probably passed away very early in life. You could find so many examples, and there are murderers and tyrants, and then who lived on a long life, going on to kill millions of people. Why? Nobody knows. That's how chance works. Regardless of a person's past history or what he is gonna do in the future, chance just treats them fair and square, the fairest judge of them all. The next stanza: they call you an agent of disorder, oblivious that you create the ultimate order. In the game of dice called the universe, your permutation and combination pave the way for life's creation. Okay, now this stanza needs a bit of deep diving into the origins of the universe and Darwinian evolution. As you must know, from the Big Bang Theory, when the universe formed and even now, it is always in a constant state of expansion. A lot of asteroids and planets and stars and clouds of dust colliding with each other, and there is complete disorder. However, amongst all this disorder, through various permutations and combinations, certain stars formed, galaxies evolved, and we have planets, and a few of those planets, at least now we know only Earth, could support life forms on it. So you just have to marvel. In spite of all this disorder, there is some order in the universe, especially in the way these planets revolve around their stars in a perfect elliptical path and following certain laws of physics. So this seemingly ultimate disorder has resulted in ultimate order through a series of benign events, just through chance, probability. They call this in math the term permutations and combinations, the various set of possible events that can be obtained through some variables. I know it's a difficult concept. Even I had problems when I studied this in math class to grasp this concept, but it plays a key role in everything that you see in the universe. Coming back to life itself, the origins of life, I have been heavily inspired by this amazing book called The Selfish Gene, written by Richard Dawkins. So this book outlines, from a rational point of view, how life could have evolved on Earth. Imagine, like, about 3 billion years back, so the whole world was covered with a primordial soup or a primordial sea, just like the one behind me. And there were so many different chemicals in this primordial sea, with a lot of activity going on in the earth, like lightnings and volcanoes, and creating a lot of chemical reactions in that sea. It has been proved experimentally right now in the University of Chicago by the Miller-Urey experiment that with the right set of conditions and the right chemicals, when you give electric sparks over a few days, this particular primordial soup formed amino acids, which are the building blocks of DNA. So that's what happened about 3 billion years back. So resulting in a few amino acids, and these amino acids combined with each other. Most of them failed, of course, but a few events by chance, they were successful in combining into complex molecules. Complex molecules, again, through a random set of events, formed replicators. Those replicators became first living cells that could reproduce themselves, create a copy of themselves. They were the first ancestors of all living forms on Earth that you see now. It's not only that. It's not just the creation of a replicator molecule wasn't just enough for creating us, the humans. Over the course of another couple of billion years, these molecules slowly started evolving into complex life forms and organisms. But still, it created like the monstrous creature that ever rule planet Earth, the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs roamed on the Earth for more than 200 million years. Compare that to just like 200,000 years that the humanoids or the Homo sapiens have roamed on Earth. But still, the dinosaurs were entirely destroyed by one single asteroid that hit the Earth. Why? Nobody knows. In fact, if you left it to the dinosaurs, they would have still ruled the Earth, and the humans wouldn't have evolved at all. In fact, when the dinosaurs got extinct, in those terrible conditions after the asteroid, it was only those small rodents, the mammals, which could survive underneath the Earth in burrows, that lived on to pass their genes. And they became the early ancestors of all mammals and ultimately the humans. And further, consider this. I guess about 200,000 years back, there was a slight change in the tilt of the Earth's axis. This particular tilt created hot conditions in the African savanna, transforming all the jungles, destroying all the jungles in fact, and then transforming them into grasslands. So this forced our primate ancestors who were just living in the trees to come down and walk on the ground. And so they were the first apes that could walk upright. And they could later, over another thousands of years, become Homo sapiens, the humans themselves. Okay, now this has been a lot of explaining. It's gone very deep into science. I have posted relevant links to the books The Selfish Gene and also to all the scientific experiments that I mentioned in my post. Down below, you can go and check them out. So yes, that was the message behind this stanza, that chance, probability creates a lot of apparent disorder that you see in the universe and even in human life, but it leads to ultimate order and creation and sustenance of life itself.
The next stanza: the life will be unexciting if everything was predictable. You make this drama enjoyable, adding variety to make life spicier. Oh, masterful scriptwriter.
Okay, again, this is quite simple. So everybody enjoys watching movies, right? Why do we enjoy watching movies? It's because of the unpredictability, the excitement, those edge of the seat moments. If somebody had to spoil the entire movie for you, telling you, okay, this is what is going to happen, then there is no point in watching the movie, right? And similarly, if the movie takes a course where everything that the protagonist wants goes through as planned, then, I mean, why do you even watch that movie? It doesn't make sense. So, anticipation, the chase, the feeling of excitement, the unpredictability, so it adds the much needed spice in life. The same in real life too. You need the drama in life. There are certain moments, where things don't have to go as you planned, although I understand everybody here wants, things to go as they planned it. But still, you need those moments where you are down and then you really struggle hard, and then you go and you struggle and then you win. It is in fact those moments that make for a great story to share with friends over a drink.
The last stanza. You go by many names: luck, fortune, fate, destiny. Will you reveal your real name? Probably. What are the odds? Some chance.
Alright, so the final stanza. It's getting really hot, even though it's still early morning here in Dubai. It's the summers. Anyway, so the last one again is an acknowledgement to the various names that people give to chance like luck, fate, destiny. In fact, this one is important because there are so many, I won't say pseudo industries that are revolving around the business of deciphering luck. So of course there are so many people who claim to say that they know what is going to happen to you in the future. They can read your hands or look at the stars, so many different ways, and all they are trying to do is trying to decipher a way, try to understand luck, fate or destiny. But in the end, it's just randomness. You just got to accept it. You have to do everything that's in your will, but at the end of the day, you cannot control chance. So chance is like the ultimate being that is out there, if there ever was one. So friends, that brings me to the end of my first poem, Chance. I hope you liked it. I'm sure it had some harsh truths, so as I said in the beginning, take it with a pinch of salt and do not get ruffled. Just have a beer and chill and just enjoy life. You never know, chance could bring some dramatic twists and turns in your day, and finally you will end up being much more happier. Sad. I don't know, either way, just appreciate the thing for what it is and enjoy life. Thanks for listening to me. Do check out the links below to my blog as well as to the other references that I quoted. See you soon. Until next time with another poem. Ciao.